Hi, this is Jeff Hart, and this is my visual acuity screening competency video. And this is Lucia Luxottica. She's going to be helping us out today. She's our patient. After the refraction, and we'll begin with the Snellen chart without her glasses on, pretend. Without correction, we'll give her an occluder and ask her if she can cover her left eye, and with her right eye ask her if she can read the 20/40 line, and she reads A, B, C, D, X, and we would record that as 20/40 minus 1. Then we'll ask her to cover her right eye and read the 20/40 line, and she says A, B, C, X, X. 20/40 minus 2. Now we'll ask her to cover her right eye and read the 20/40 line with the left eye, and she reads A, B, C, D, E. Then we take her to the 20/30 line, and she reads A, B, C, X, X. And we record that as 20/30 minus 2. Hand me the occluder, so she's with both eyes to read the 20/30 line, and she reads A, B, C, D, E. To ask her if she can read the 20/25 line, and she reads A, B, C, D, X. So we record that as 20/25 minus 1. All these under SC, no correction. So then we'll ask her to please put her cool little sunglasses on that are prescription, by the way. We're testing outside, so in the sunshine. She puts her glasses on, ask her to cover her left eye on the 20/25 line. She reads A, B, C, D, X. So we'll record that as ODCC with correction 20/25 minus 1. So then we'll ask her to occlude to cover the right eye, and with the left eye she reads 20 on the 20/25 line. She reads A, B, C, D, E. So we ask her to uncover, and with her glasses no covering, on the 20/25 line, OU, she reads A, B, C, D, E. So fine, so we move on to the unilateral and bilateral cover test. First with the unilateral, we'll ask her to look over my shoulder. We'll unilaterally cover one eye and move it away, cover again, move it away, cover it again, and move away. And we're looking for movement of the eye. We're not covering. We're looking for it to move either when we cover the right or when we take away from the right. And if we don't see any movement, then we record WNL within normal limits. We do both sides that way. Cover her, and upon uncovering her, if we notice that the eye that's not being covered turns outward, it could record XO. Then we move on to bilateral cover test, and we will alternately cover and uncover one eye, then the next, and then the next, and uncover and cover. And we're looking for we're not covering, we're looking to see if it's chasing us when we come in and take it away. And we're looking for see if that's movement. If there's no movement, we record WNL within normal limits. Now we're going to test for her pupillary light reflexes with a pen light, and we're looking to see if both pupils react with the introduction of light and without. So I'll take the pen light and shine into one eye and see if the other eye, if the pupil contracts, or as well as the eye that's having the light shine into it. And we'll do that like 3 times, back in and out and in and out. And if both eyes are reacting the same, then we will go to the other eye and make sure that both eyes are reacting in the same way and as they should. And then we will record in step 2 W and L within normal limits. I'm sorry, that's step 3. Step 3. Then we will move on to OEM, which is extraocular mobility. Back to step 3, pupillary light reflexes. If we notice that the eyes aren't reacting normally, then we would take her directly to the doctor, because that's could be a sign of
Marcus-Gunn syndrome.
when we shine a light, if the other eye moves away, something that would be have to take note of. And we move on to step 5, confrontations. This is a peripheral visual field screen, and we'll ask to occlude the left eye while we observe the right, and we'll hold fingers up. It's a finger counting test, I call it, and take them away and making sure we're in that flat plane and not sideways. And we are taking those in different parts of the normal field of view. And if she does that with no errors, then we'll record W and L within normal limits. And we'll ask her to occlude the other eye, cover the right eye, and test the left eye in the same way. And making sure not to use the thumb, because that can get confusing. And hopefully, if we don't see anything, we'll write within normal limits. Everything's reacting out should. Move on to the ancillary grid monocular testing, and we'll ask her to occlude her left eye, and we'll hand her the ancillary grid, and we'll ask her if the lines are in sharp focus, if the squares are all the same, symmetrical. First we'll ask her if she sees the dot in the center, if everything's nice and symmetrical and round, and no distortions. And if she does, we'll make note of what she sees. If she doesn't, we'll write W and L within normal limits. Do the other eye, same way, and record any anomalies. Then we skip 7 and 8 and go on to 9, near point add OU for both eyes. Lower the near point rod, that's in the center here, bring it down, and put the near point card on at 40 centimeters mark on the rod, and we'll set up the phoropter with the plus and minus half a diopter over each eye, half diopter cross cylinder lens, and we will bring the PDs back to a near PD, so that it's closer together. Probably good to ask her to sit back when we do that until we're ready, then lean back into. Let's see. We will ask her if she sees lines going up and down and back and forth, and if the lines are equal in their darkness. If the vertical lines are more bold, then we write nothing. If the horizontal lines are more bold, then we slowly add sphere power, plus power, until they equal out. One click at a time until they're clear. We'll record the power that we ended up at, recording the clicks. We take out the clicks back to our distance RX, remove the near point card and rod out of the way. We remove the plus and minus half diopter, occlude the right, have a dot projected on the wall behind us. We'll start with the red Maddox vertical and place in front of the right eye, and they will see a horizontal line. For us, we'll see vertical, but they will see a horizontal line. We'll ask her if the red line, if she sees the red line, horizontal line, and then we'll ask her if she sees the white dot, which it will come, the left eye is what's seeing that. We'll ask her if they're centered, is it above or below the dot, above or below the red line. And if it's center, then we do nothing. If it's above the red line, then we flip the prism over in front of the left eye with the 0 at the 180 axis, and slowly add base up prism until she sees the dot come to the line. And we'll record that, and she can be within normal limits, is within 1.5 diopters up or down. So then we will set it back to 0, remove the prism, then we'll switch that to the RMH for horizontal, and she will see a vertical line if she sees the white dot, and is the white dot in the center or on the right or the left. And if the dot is on her left, then we would flip the prism back over, put the 0 at the 90 axis, and slowly add base out prism until the dot comes to the center, to the red line. If she sees the dot on the right side of her left eye, then we would go the other way and add base in prism very slowly until she can see those in line together. The tolerance for the horizontal is, I believe, 3 diopters in either direction would be within normal limits. And that is it. We're finished. Congratulations, you passed the interrogation.